Hi everyone, it's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Crates, and welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, so you know what that means. It's manga review time. And for today's manga, we're going to go a little different than what I'm really usually into reading. This one is called The Saviour's Book Cafe Story in Another World, Volume 1. It's based on the novels by Kyoke Izumi. Story is by Yumiya. Art is by Rikyo Sakurada. This is the cover. Um, this is pretty much like one of your isekais, I believe they're called, and it is focuses on a girl named Tsukina. I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. She's a 30-something single office worker, living in the our universe, I'm gonna say, because this kind of goes into like isekai goes into like multiverses type stuff for you comic book fans. But she loves curling up with a good book. But then one day God decides to throw her world into chaos and appoints her to be a magical savior in another universe. And he gives her all these great powers, and she goes to this place, and the reason she's sent there is because there's a threat that's going to destroy this universe, and God is hoping that she can save it, but instead of fulfilling her prophecy, you could say, she uses her powers to create a book cafe. No, I'm not joking. She creates a book cafe, and in the middle of like nowhere, there's a war going on, and this little cafe attracts the attention of some soldiers, and one of them being, of course, the really good looking love interest, who also happens to love books as much as she does. And she just sells, like, I guess, coffee and books all day long in this place. Meanwhile, there's this threat looming. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is probably not the manga for me. I am probably not the target audience. I would definitely say it is like probably targeted to those who really like romantic uh fantasy stories. This is almost kind of like, and I'm aging myself right now, almost like um Harlequin Quinn without the physical interactions. But it's very, very, I hate to use the word Disney-fied. It's very mushy, and as somebody who's really more into like comic books, stuff where you have like the hero taking on the bad guy, uh, like your My Hero Academias, your One Punch Man, your even Dragon Ball, which I'll talk about in another video. You kind of get annoyed. For somebody like me, kind of gets annoyed where this girl is granted all this power where she could just create stuff, and instead of going out there and using it to save the world and then building her book cafe, she's like, "Nope, don't want to do it. Don't want to go on this journey. Don't care. Nope." I'm just going to sit here in my little cafe and flirt with the soldier while something is going to come along and destroy everything. Now, granted, it's only volume 1. I don't know if it gets better from here on out. But it's almost kind of like you're thinking, you were given this power and you know there's this great danger, but you don't want to do anything about it. You rather just kind of sit back and let it happen. At some point, you know it's going to come up to your doorstep and you're going to have to face it. And of course, that's what they're setting up in this book. But she gets kind of forced to play the hero, and it's not doing it for me. It's like, again, I am not the target audience for this. This is like definitely somebody who just wants the type of manga with mushy love stories. And I know mushy is probably like a bad thing to say, but you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the handsome prince. In this case, it's the handsome soldier. And they go, oh, I love. I'm not completely against romantic manga. I just want to say that right now. I do, and I'm going to be talking about this in an upcoming Saturday manga talk. I like Fruit Basket because you have a character who kind of sees a situation with this group of guys who help her out of a bad spot. Um, and she sees their curse and she accepts them for who they are. She wants to help them live as much of a normal life, and her influence on them is what helps the story. I'm not getting that so far from this. I'm just getting kind of like this girl who's just like, I want nothing to do with this. I don't care if the world burns. I'm just going to sit here in my little bookstore, read some books, and, drink some coffee. I would like to. The other thing is weird is like, how did she know what kind of books to conjure? I mean, does she have like our universe's stories in this book cafe? I will be honest. I kind of kept drowning out at times. Um, the art, I will say, is good. The art is really interesting. I do like how the designs on the characters. This is from Seven Seas. I haven't read too much from Seven Seas, but I know they do have different types of stories, and I will probably check out more of those. But in the case of this book, it is, if you're into that over the top fantasy love story where the girl ends up in a world she's not used to and then happens to run into some handsome guy and the whole story revolves around them being mushy and in love. I know I keep saying mushy, I'm sorry. But pretty much that's this book. So if you like it, then definitely check it out. Otherwise, if you're like me and you prefer something a little bit more, a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit more kind of like less perfect. I would say less perfect. I would suggest Fruit Baskets. You're going to get like, it's set in our world, but you're going to get more of a fantasy theme because the male characters and some other characters are cursed with the zodiac signs. And the lead female character kind of ends up in the world unexpectedly, and she's kind of want, she's living with a couple of them, and she's trying to help them, as I said earlier, live as much of a normal life, also trying to see if the curse could be broken, but still accepts them for who they are, even if it can't be. It's a little bit more relatable. That's the word, relatable. It's not all this mushy. Sorry. But yeah, this is called The Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World. And if you're interested, go ahead, check it out. Otherwise, check out Fruit Baskets. All right. So don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if there's any manga you think I should be checking out. Tell me your thoughts on this manga series. Is there, I'm open to different opinions. So go ahead and we'll discuss it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.